Crypto Kids, welcome to the final video of 2023. Wishing everyone a very happy new year in advance. Today, we're going to be jumping into the Bitcoin charts for the final time in 2023 because, well, look, this upcoming 2 weeks are going to be incredibly volatile for Bitcoin, like crazy volatile. And this is the new Ethereum diagram from Vitalik himself. But we'll get into that. The very crucial news is, according to Reuters, the SEC will notify as soon as Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, right? So literally in 2 or 3 days, that all of the approved Bitcoin spot ETFs can go for launch the following week. So guys, we've been waiting for this moment for approximately 8 to 9 months. And when the launch happens, it's going to go crazy. Bitcoin is going to go crazy, but there's stuff that we need to be on the lookout for. We're going to go to the overall performance of Bitcoin in the past year and what I think may happen in an ideal world. So for all of that and much, much more, make sure to stay tuned until the end of today's update. And guys, make sure to smash up the like button. But guys, I just want to take a moment to say thank you all so much. Like when I first started this channel as a 13-year-old kid, and I'm still a kid, but when I was 13, 3 years ago, I would have never ever guessed in a million years that one day 30,000 people would be watching my content. And guys, I'm just super thankful. It's really incredible that we hit this in such a short amount of time in a bear market too. But wishing again everyone a very happy new year. And in 2024, we're going to have a very good time as the Crypto Kids squad. But let's go over the news once again, and then we'll reflect what our thoughts are to the Bitcoin price chart and discuss what Bitcoin can do in the upcoming 48 hours, in the upcoming, 72 hours in the overall week so far. If Bitcoin can break out of this bullish pennant, or if it will come back down to, let's say, $34,000 to collect the $4.5 billion worth in liquidity. Now, this is pretty much it with the news. We also found out that Fidelity will have the cheapest ETF compared to every one of them. Right after our video, we had all of the other ETFs that submitted their amendments to their original filings. But very interestingly, a lot of them have designated their authorized participants, which means their market makers or liquidity providers, as JP Morgan, which, as you guys know, wanted nothing to do with crypto. So that's a little ironic. But we got Fidelity, we've got WisdomTree, we've got Invesco. They all submitted their new amendments to their original filings to change it from an in-kind redemption ETF to a cash creates only. And most bullishly speaking, Bitwise they've announced that they will basically spend $200 million into seeding in Bitcoin, and that's basically collecting the underlying asset. Now, in terms of seeding, we only publicly know about BlackRock's $10 million seeding, but look, the truth is all of these ETF guys have been buying up Bitcoin for the past couple of months. And they're done, right? They're not going to buy up any more unless, right? So if I just zoom out on the chart here, go command, there we go. So everyone's been buying for these past couple of months, and the only time that they will continue buying more is if we see exceptional demand following the ETF approvals. But the good thing that is on our side for this case is that we're going to see the halving very soon, right? And with the halving hype that's going to be in mainstream media, I think a lot of institutional investors will want to purchase the ETFs. So at some point, they are going to want to buy up more Bitcoin after their initial launch, and that is incredibly bullish. So the total ETF applicants that have submitted new amendments include BlackRock, Fidelity, Van Eck, WisdomTree, etc. We're missing a couple, including Grayscale, Pando, and Hashdex, but Grayscale and Hashdex just want to convert their already existing trust into a spot ETF, which enables them to open up to more institutional investors. But all of the big guys are there already, so there's nothing to worry about. And hopefully on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll get the final confirmation on when they're go for launch. And that's it for the update on the breaking news. I think the price will have a very nice 2 volatile weeks. We'll get into that again in just a sec, but I want to cover the top cryptos of this year because we've seen a lot of altcoins do a lot of hundreds of percents of gains, but going into next year, we're going to see the proper altcoin season, and we need to be ready for this. And on this channel, I'm going to be sharing all of my updates on the new tokens that are going to be launching, because of course, there's going to be so many that will launch, including a lot of GameFi projects in 2024. So all of these we need to be on the lookout for, and I'm going to be here for you to guide you every step of the way. But going back into the charts, this is my ideal scenario for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin were to follow this, it would be absolutely fantastic. So there's $4 billion worth of liquidations at $44,600. If we just rise to there, collect the liquidity, coming up towards the ETFs, we may even hit 47K. But after the ETF launch, it's very possible that we correct to $37,000, $38,000. If we manage to hold this support, then it's perfect. We may see a small relief rally or even continue on to a new all-time high coming up towards the halving. But I personally think that 34K is possible, where we collect the $4.5 billion in liquidity, right, on the bottom side, and then we continue our rally back towards the all-time high. That would be my ideal scenario for Bitcoin, and within this 2 weeks, Bitcoin is for sure going to move out of this bullish pennant. Even in the upcoming 3 days would be possible. It's super important that Bitcoin stays within this ascending triangle and not break down and keep this as resistance. So that's why today's close is super, super important for Bitcoin. If we do end up coming towards the downside and finding support on this line here of this ascending broadening wedge, then I already have limit longs prepared to buy up Bitcoin over on Bitflex. And guys, if you do want to be trading crypto or Bitcoin, you can head over to the description below and sign up to Bitflex using the link there to get up to $68,888 worth in prizes, which I have a complete tutorial video on how to redeem and how to use a crypto exchange overall. But that's basically my overall outlook for Bitcoin in 2024. I do think that we'll hit an all-time high in Q4, right? In Q4 or Q1 of 2025 is very much possible, according to the previous cycles for Bitcoin, the previous halving cycles. And if I can just find that chart, that's going to be right there. So according to the previous halving cycles, a year exactly after, on average, the halving, we see Bitcoin create a new all-time high. And that price point, if the dollar doesn't get overprinted, is $90,000 to $95,000. But if we see any new external events that happen that is unprecedented for, then we may even see this number higher and we enter into a super cycle. That would be amazing. But of course, in terms of the TA perspective, I'm giving my judgment that $90,000 to $95,000 is possible. For Ethereum, I think Ethereum looks incredibly bullish. I think that this ascending triangle could take us back towards the $3,500 area. And if you do want to open a trade, you can do so on Bitflex too. I would personally enter, even now could be possible, but definitely with no leverage, because this is a 55% gain if this trade closes in the positive. So if you put $10,000 into this trade, you would be making $5,500. I never like to use leverage with altcoins because it's just too volatile and it really takes a lot of experience to do so. But we're now retesting the prior resistance of this ascending triangle. And if we see some volume, I think that as capital from Bitcoin flows into Ethereum and then into altcoins and Bitcoin cycles, in the past, I think Ethereum hitting $3,500 once again is for sure very much possible. But to end off today's video, I'll go into the S&P 500, which I think is going to have a massive reversal in 2024. And this could be a very interesting trade to take for the S&P 500. Historically speaking, whenever the Fed pivots so harshly, the stock market does decide to have a drastic fall. And finally, well, guys, this was probably one of the most ambitious assets of 2023, orange juice. It had a massive rally by over 250%. And guys, now we're seeing the drop, wow, 364% actually since the past 3 years, to be fair. But still, it's such a shame. I was very emotionally connected to this asset, and now it's seeing the drop. I think we even discovered orange juice because we started talking about it like here, and I think because of the CryptoKid army, orange juice even pumped towards like the 410-cent level, which it would have never done by itself. So guys, well, there you go. I actually ended up buying boxes of orange juice, believe it or not. But it is what it is. It was too good to be true anyways. And Bitcoin this year performed by 170% towards the upside, and that is just incredibly bullish. Remember, this thing just repeats in cycles, right? Every other cycle, we have the same repetition. We always believe that this time it's going to be different, but no, it's always the same. And I'm just super bullish going into 2024. Let's see what happens. A small correction is, of course, possible, but after that, I think we have blue, clear skies ahead of us. And guys, don't forget, we have the weekly golden crossover over on Bitcoin, and this has never happened on the weekly time frame ever. So this is called a golden cross, and whenever we see either a golden or death cross, we have a massive bull or bear market. And as you can see, this moving average has been very, very crucial support for us. And now that we're seeing this crossover, I think Bitcoin in its macro future can see a lot of upside. But ladies and gents, I need to run back to the party. My father has been calling me several times saying, where are you? That's why we have to cut the video. But guys, I hope you have a beautiful new year. See you all next year. And yeah, guys, take care. And I'll see you all next year. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.